Welcome to YLC, the Young Leaders Committee that promotes and grows youth leadership that ensures the future leaders lead from today by educating and inspiring them to soar higher and higher.
Welcome to Young Leaders Committee, the platform that educates, enlightens, inspires, and walks young people into leadership from their youth. Young people, your leadership era has started. Waiting for tomorrow might be an exercise in futility. We welcome you specially to this third session of episode 1/16 on the theme Position and Passion in Leadership. This series will challenge you to the dichotomy between leadership position and leadership itself. It will also reveal the place of passion in leadership. The focus in this session is undertaking to push with passion. Undertaking to push with passion. Until you push, nothing moves. Usually, the harder you push, the farther you and your organization will move. It is our desire in this session to urge you to push and possibly push you to take the needed steps. In physics, we talk about inertia. In economics, we talk about aversion to innovation. Both have something to do with movement, but in the negative direction, which is what this session intends to tackle. Leaders must push. You must push. Do you have a vision? Do you have goals? Do you have a desire to see your organization make progress? Then you must push. Pushing requires the following purpose. We don't push aimlessly. You must know what you want to push and why you want to push. Persuasion. You have to be convinced that it is the right thing to do and that it's the right time to do so. Passion. You have to be excited to push. If you are motivated by the likely outcome and want to grab the outcome, you have to be passionate. Next, people. You must have people support to do so, especially when it's something beyond you or something that needs the assistance of others. Propelling personality is another. Some leaders desire to make progress, but are at war with conflicting personalities that keep them from acting. You must be leaders capable of controlling your emotions and actions, and also able to rise up to challenges as the situation demands. Positive perspective. Positive thoughts and views on issues help much. They help very much. Note that negative thoughts hinder leaders from planning or executing their plans. So keep hope alive, believe it's doable, and launch out. Next is possibility thinking. Possibility thinking is an aspect of positive perspective. You need to be positive. Plan and examine your plans critically. If you followed all reasonable rules and procedures, then your goal should be achieved, all things being equal. Preparation. This is getting ready mentally, emotionally, physically, and every other way necessary. It also calls for getting all the things that you need ready so that you can make the necessary push. Permissions. Do you need authorization before pushing? Then seek it, but do that appropriately and promptly at the right time. Leaders who don't need permission may need the buy-in of people. Please try and get it. Finally, strength. Though physical strength is important and needed, emotional strength is also vital and should be secured for the push. Let us see why you must push. Why should you push? As we said earlier, nothing moves until you push, until you make concerted efforts to advance beyond where you are. You may not go anywhere and achieve nothing. You must push so as to make progress and consequently reap the benefits that could accrue. You must push so as not to lag behind and experience the consequences of those who lag behind. You must push so you can keep the lead if already ahead, or to catch up with others so that you don't lag behind. You must push because there are benefits. Among them is to achieve the set goals. You must push to justify and demonstrate your existence. You exist for something because you are there for a purpose, and you have to show by taking appropriate steps. We will now proceed to look at a few things you should consider before you take steps. Don't just take steps. We are encouraging you to push does not mean you just take steps. No, there are things to consider, and we're going to give you a fairly long list. 1, distinction between personal ventures and corporate ventures. In personal ventures, solo efforts are inevitable, but it is not so in the latter. Bureaucracy exists in most corporate enterprises, even when they have challenges. Remember and take note, they have benefits or advantages. Consider dangers. Watch out for any possible challenges. Please think deep and long and broad to unravel such potential issues, so you could plan how to best nip them in the bud or avoid them. Consider the probable costs and risks involved, or that could be involved, and how you can contain them. Next thing to consider, direction of pushing. This is crucial. You must know the right and approved direction to follow. It's not enough to act. It must be right and enough to fetch needed progress for your organization. Discretion is another. What personal precautions do you need to take? What personal preparations do you need to make to avert losses and harm? Take note of them. Distraction is another. An object, a person, or an action may want to direct your attention away to something else. Some may be powerful enough to arrest your attention for a while, but please be resolute. Disagreements may arise. People who push with passion often face opposition. Try to anticipate such and maneuver them skillfully and early so they don't stop you from pushing. Discouragements. When you have to depend on people, please prepare for discouraging excuses, attitudes, or even actions. Refuse to be weighed down by them. Be focused and move ahead. Denials is another. Curiously, you may be denied certain essentials and even authorization that you need in order to push forward, so that the organization can realize its goals. Be wise and tactful about this. Sometimes you may need to succumb. At other times, you may need to dare the consequence. But be careful to consider well before you act. We don't have enough time space in this video to tackle how to push. It's good to leave this to a mentoring class where your setting could be considered. How to push is time sensitive and setting sensitive. However, generally speaking, be thorough, be apt, precise when possible, be result oriented, and in a way that doesn't block future attempts. The exact direction of push should be related to your passion, your personality, your persuasion, the place, your priority, other people who have vested interest, among others. Thank you for viewing. Young Leaders Committee is a mentoring group for the growth and stability of young leaders and prospective leaders. It promises potentials and opportunities for encountering all classes of young people and turning them around for excellence. Registration has commenced. The earlier you get registered, the brighter your chances. You can use the link on the screen or visit our website www.gedamconsult.com to register. It's free. Thanks for viewing. See you at the next session.